Good folks. Yeah, happy Monday. Just about to say, I can't remember if I have a pack to open. We have 20 minutes until we have a pack to open. Grab the YouTube chat so we don't miss anybody over there. It's been a minute since we did some Pocket Monsters. I played some over the weekend doing some tournament gameplay, but we haven't been live in a second. Morning, Smiles. Thanks, Undergamer. Alright, I want to play some Dragonite to start this morning. Had some good games with that last week, and I want like one or two more so we can post a highlight with it. I also got a second full art Misty over the weekend. It's an excuse to use that. The Monopoly promo runs for 2.5 more days. Keef, thank you for the 1.5 years. Good morning. Awesome for Riz, thank you for the 16 months. Alright, well, let's lead Articuno, methinks. Got Misty teed up. No dragon in sight, but could be a solid Misty game for us. Ezreal. Alright, this is 50% to be a Dratini. Rip. Peekaboo here at our Misty. Swing and a miss as always. We're just gonna try and throw hands with Baba Khan here. They do have second Ekans in the back. Hey, good to have you on the pocket side too now, Jade. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect with Pocket when they first announced it. They were like pretty hesitant about showing gameplay, but the actual gameplay's been real good. Boston, thank you for the absurdly generous tier 3 and for the 65-month resubscription. Some of the backgrounds and playmats are real good. The game looks fantastic. I agree. Big agree. X speed again, just so we can build up Articuno slowly after the Kenga dies. These decks typically play 2 Sabrina, so I'm actually going to play the other Kenga out here. If they want to try and Sabrina us again, we can keep Articuno on the bench. This morning, Vizid was a solid weekend for me. Hey, look, it's the second Sabrina we played around. Kind of surprised to see them not switch to the Weezing. I think I want to just make them clear through my 100 pointers. Mama, you're going to throw 2 heads eventually, right, girl? Come on. I will have some more multicolored decks on the docket today. Yeah, I've got a couple of Greninja brews, and then some other things I want to poke at. Alright, Misty, come on. Unlucky. I think we're just building Dratini. That's the right seed! Oh no! We're in an arms race. Good call. Make the gameplay bigger for everybody. Good shout. It's a Monday. It's an early Monday morning, gamers. It's been 5 days since we did Pokemon Pocket. Alright, Kanga 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Alright, there's the Dragonair. So now, realistically, all we need is a water under this lightning. Assuredly, this won't be the only water energy we generate this game, right? Right? Oh, come on, Kanga! Thoughts on pairing Onix with Pidgeotto? It could be okay. I have a Brock deck on my list of things to try here, too. Oh, That's a big swing. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Nobody panic. We're gonna draw a potion, and there's gonna be a water energy under this. The power of positive thinking, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. The power of positive thinking. Never doubted us for a second. This Twitch stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience. I appreciate everybody hanging out here today. Dragonite's about to put 200 damage on Ekans. Why would you put that energy into the air? Why would you put that energy out there, chat? This is a wonderful little dragon. We're about to get cornered. Yeah, if they have second Koga here, we lose the game. I don't think I could play around that. Second Koga would get us with the Arbok. Oh, no, they could just retreat. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Okay, so I had to put the Dragonite up. That's a damn shame too. If I'd have put the I wasn't thinking about the Arbok. If I'd have put the Dragonite up, we could probably win that game, yeah? Because it would have been on 160, and then they would have put us to 90, they would have gotten 2 attack rounds in. I'm disappointed with myself that I messed that up. That game was a good example of, like, we were really unlucky, and we would have run it down and been fine anyways. How does Giovanni work with Dragonite? Giovanni adds 10 damage to exactly their active Pokemon if and only if Dragonite hits the active Pokemon. Giovanni is not good in Dragonite decks. Every time I see someone post a Dragonite deck with Giovanni, I scratch my head. Truly, truly a baffling card conclusion. Smells like Pikachu, gamers. Alright, so Articuno is ready to go. We are long overdue for a Balatro command, so let's make one of those. Balatro or whatever it's called. I do not enjoy single player card games personally. I'm glad other people are having fun with them, but they are very much not my jam. Misty revved up and ready to go this morning. Kanga firing on all cylinders too. Ate my Wheaties for breakfast, and I'm ready to flip some coins. Singleton Potion is an interesting choice. One of the mistakes people make most frequently in this game is using cards when they don't add breakpoints. This Giovanni's okay, because it means one head from Thundering Hurricane knocks us out, but, like, the potion doesn't make a ton of... I guess the potion plays around a Giovanni out of me, but I don't know that you're supposed to play around Giovanni out of the Dragonite deck. They still get KO'd by one Dizzy Punch plus, one Dizzy Punch plus an Ice Beam. I guess they played around Giovanni Doubleheads again, but... Oh, it played around me retreating. Yeah, I guess that's true. They're worried about X speed. We're an X speed deck. That's a good read. Fair critique. Okay, this one's puzzling though, right? We puzzled out why the last one kind of makes sense, but this one doesn't track, yeah? I think I'm vibing on research. I guess if I hit Dragonite, we could play it. Oh, mama! Kanga's really good when she does 60 for 1, chat. Do I X-speed back to Articuno and clear this, and then if they put the Zapdos up, I clear with the Dragonair and we win the game? I think so, yeah? And I can even just double X-speed this turn, so that way if I top deck the Dragonite, I can even Dragonite if they don't put the Zapdos up. I think it's this. I think it's swap to this, crack him with Ice Beam. And I think we're good to go here with the Dragonair set. Obviously 50% chance to hit the Dragonite, but just the tail smack for 80. I'll clean the Zapdos out. Still getting cleaned. Yep, cool. Someone has any thoughts on the Charizard Arcanine deck from the tournaments this past weekend? My editor is sending me proofs in DMs for my weekly meta roundup. I'll have detailed thoughts on that and other developments from the tournaments this weekend up probably in the next hour or so, depending on how long their export and upload takes. The PvP in this game is a joke. The only thing that's a joke is the fact that YouTube doesn't tell you that I've banned you on my channel. So I'm letting you know that I'll never see your messages again, Sigma, because you are a joke. A piece of clickbait content I think I'm working on to post to the Pokemon Pocket YouTube side that'll really rustle some jimmies, I think, is talking about how Pokemon Pocket is easily the most competitive digital card game to have released in the last, like, 5 to 10 years even. The organic competitive scene and regular on-demand tournaments for this game are so much more readily available in skill testing than ladders and other lack thereof in other card games. And it really hammers home how bad card gamers are at identifying variants in other games that they play, that they think Pokemon Pocket has more variants in it than other card games. The thing that's different about Pocket compared to a game like Marvel Snap is that Pokemon Pocket literally puts the coin on your screen, whereas Marvel Snap, your choice is a 50-50 as opposed to how you flip a coin. But you might as well flip a coin for a lot of your choices in Marvel Snap because it's either or, and it's just like the simultaneous play, it doesn't matter. Or take Magic the Gathering, right? Magic the Gathering, there's a lot of times where you're like, all right, I'm 45% to hit my third land drop here. If I hit it, we play the game. If I don't, I lose on the spot. Like, all of these other games have these essentially 60-40, 50-50, right around a coin flip style plays, but because they don't literally put a coin on your screen, card gamers can miss how the variance happens that they're experiencing and lie to themselves about how consistent those games are and their decks are in them. Speaking of things that are consistent, chat, the adverts roll consistently here every 40 minutes or so. So Twitch people, we'll see you in 120 seconds. YouTube, I don't know how long YouTube ads last. You'll figure it out. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go to where we got a ton of Pokemon coming up today. Any reason to play the event instead of random battles? Any reason to play random battles instead of the event? It's all the same. Yeah, and in Marvel Snap, you have the 1 in 200 location variants that'll bite you in the posterior, too. Yeah, I really need to sit down and do the red card analysis video. This week was just crazy for me. We have the series drop or lack thereof announcement on the Snap channel. I recorded an updated Series 4-5 tier list for over there, too. Red card's probably not happening this week. My editor's just super busy with other stuff we're working on. To be honest, gamer, as someone who exists on the internet, when you feel the need to put genuine conversation here as part of the comment that you're posting, it makes your entire comment feel less genuine and more troll adjacent. If we're being completely honest. BKU Hacks, thank you for the 55 months. Shadow, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate it. Do you consider Misty healthy RNG also? No, I think Misty's the worst designed card in Pokemon Pocket that puts a design constraint on all water cards moving forward, and the game's probably better off if Misty has a different design. That being said, let's talk about coin flip variants for half a second. Nice shirt. Thank you. My shirt is one of my wonderful Into the AM shirts. They're one of my longtime sponsors. I worked with them for a couple of years. You should check them out using my link. What's a good example of well, it's a card we play a lot, right? So Kangaskhan is a great example of really healthy and good coin flip variants, in my opinion. Exus, thank you for the 22 months. There's two things that Kangaskhan does that make it good coin flip variants. The first is that 2 coins every attack over the course of the game gives you a larger set of coins overall, which means, yes, while there's extremes, high and low, you're gonna hit that average case more frequently in most games because of the volume of coins that you're flipping. The second thing is that designs like Kang and Executor and even Sleep and Paralysis are really important for Pokemon Pocket's game design because the uncertainty these effects create makes it so game boards aren't deterministic super early. What do I mean by that? A lot of the information in games of Pokemon Pocket is face up on the board for both players, and then Pocket's small deck size and good game knowledge can let you extrapolate most of the cards that are in your opponent's output range. So if you don't have cards like Kangaskhan or effects like Sleep and Paralysis on the board that make it so, oh, I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, you can look at the game board and go, I'm dead 3 turns from now and there's nothing I can do if my opponent makes it all reasonable plays. And that's boring game design, right? It's like how chess works, where when you have 2 good chess players playing, you'll hit a point on a board where you're like, I have mate in 3, and there's nothing you could do. No matter what you do, I have mate in 3. And the coin flip tension that Pocket has in a number of its designs and cards is important so you don't get into those spots super frequently, putting you in garbage time where the game's over, but you both have players taking turns still. A lot of people coming from other games just see coin flip bad, and they don't understand why these types of designs are important to making Pocket's gameplay not only be varied, but also more interesting. So you don't have that, oh, I'm just dead here. My little notification said I have a pack to open. Let's do that. Cool hand, Sean. Thank you for the 21 months on the Twitch side. Kenzel coming in for the half a year. And Sir Castamere, thank you for the 10 months. Yeah, I should really make a more formal video talking about that from a design perspective. I like that analogy. It's like my chess opponent has mate in 3 unless I stun him with a taser this turn. See, exactly. You get it. For people who aren't familiar with me, by the way, I know we have a lot of newer people coming in on the Pocket side. In addition to playing games for 2 decades now, 3 decades, how old am I? 2.5 decades? I have a graduate degree and undergraduate degree in mathematics. I spent time studying stats and game theory, teaching both of those at the high school and college level. I enjoy Noombars in addition to games. So let's do a couple more at the Dragonite deck, and then I got some other things I want to get to today for sure. Second, I think without a Misty, we always open Kenga. And because we're going second, we want to play all our basics out here to dodge the red card. What's the next tournament you're playing in? I've been trying to fit in 1 or 2 tournaments a weekend. If you missed the highlight, there were tournament games I posted on the Pocket channel with an Arcanite EX deck I played over the weekend. Some really good sets. We had a lot of fun. Alright, okay, I got 25% to end it on the spot. I got my shirts into the AM. Delivered to the UK today. It was 7 days from order to delivery. Not bad. Yeah, they're great stuff. Like I've talked about before, Into the AM's what I refer to as an organic sponsorship in the industry. Meaning I was wearing their stuff before they were paying me money to promote it. It's just, now I have a whole lot more because they send me some for free periodically. In addition to the ones I bought. Barry, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Listen, chat, Kenga had a late night last night. Her toddler kept kicking her in the pouch, keeping her awake. You can't expect her to land every punch, okay? I'm putting this one on here and then attacking. I'm gonna put the water on. Just in case I don't see another lightning after this for this one. Can't get down. So, what's the... Talking about this game being chess adjacent and being able to go back and forth here. We could go, we put second energy on, they attack us for 70 down to 30. We put third energy on, they knock us out. We put fourth energy on. So we have time to get to 4 energy here, but we don't strictly have time to get to Dragonair necessarily. We need the Dragonair next turn. Is the TLDR here? Are you a licky tongue enjoyer? That sounds like a loaded question that's possibly not appropriate for a family-friendly stream. Is there a code for Into the AM? Yes, code Hoaglandia. I would just like to actually the chat for a moment. I did not say we are a family-friendly stream. I said that question would not be appropriate for a family-friendly stream. Just so we're clear on what I said. Oh, can we maneuver out of this one? If so, how? I think it's Kanga up, and then we're hoping to draw Dragonair into X speed. I think no Dragonair means we're just torched here. Well, okay, let's say they don't have Sabrina or Giovanni, which is unlikely. I could draw Dragonair next turn, and then use the X speed to retreat and crack with the Dragonair. But we are dead to Giovanni or X speed here is noteworthy. But I don't have tools to play around either of those. That is neither Giovanni nor is it Sabrina. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, Kanga on a chair. We know when the next cards are coming out for Pokemon Pocket. Yes, we will have another Lapras EX styled mini event dropping 2 new cards, Promo Jigglypuff and Promo Haunter on Friday, the 29th. We will have a mini set, which is unclear what exactly that means, in the middle of December. And then we're supposed to have another big set at the end of... We're supposed to have another big set at the end of January. Come on! Come on! Average stage 2 deck problem. Both Dragonairs in the bottom 6. It's always the stage 1. Do you think Pokemon Pocket could have a physical card game? I don't know that the Pokemon IP would translate well to a physical card game. There might not be a market for it. Jeff, can you show the deck list? I'll put the deck list up on when we take an ad break. Unfortunately, pausing to throw the deck list up every time someone asks ends up being a lot of the stream just that. The less sarcastic answer to the question that was posed is that I think you 100% could play a Pokemon pocketized version of the paper Pokemon TCG, and that would probably be pretty sweet. Okay, so let's say, again, and let's count these out. Let's say I'm potioning this for sure. The question is, do I want Mama to try and throw hands here, or do I want to build for Dragonair? I attach an energy. They hit me for 70. I attach an energy. They knock me out. I evolve to Dragonair, have third energy, crack them. So I think I'm just building the Dragonite up this game, the way the turn cycles play out. I am dead to Sabrina with this line, but I'm going to have a bad time into Sabrina anyway, so I'm not playing around it. We would really like to draw another one of our 100 hit point friends here. We have a lot of them. Swing and a miss. And again, not the end of the world here. We get to go ahead and Dragonair, and then they'll clear us. We'll hit them for 80, and then we'll evolve into Dragonite before we're knocked out. And this is that very chess-adjacent thinking through multiple turns out, where the gameplay can be very face-up, because you can count out what's going to happen and account for things you can and can't beat. And then I actually don't want a Professor's Research here, because their line to beat us involves us not having Dragonite. So if they red card us, I would like 2 Researches in my deck to be more likely to redraw to the Dragonite. So my lose condition here is red card brick Dragonite, I think. So I just want to make that as least likely as possible to happen. I would be very surprised if the December and or January set don't have sweet Steel cards in them. I would expect both Steel and EX Dark Pokemon. EX Steel and EX Dark Pokemon in either the December or January set. One of the two. Alright, Dragonite, do your thing, bud. Drop a Draco. Our finest Snoot Boops, please. J Moods, thank you for the 15 months. Welcome back. We're getting packs in December and January. We are getting a mini set in December, and we are getting a set similar size to Genetic Apex in January. No exact details on what mini set means exactly, though. Trading confirmed for January as well, yes. I really hope Aegislash is one of the first EXs. I would love that. He's one of my favorites. Favorite Zoomer Pokemon. Aegislash and Greninja are my favorite Zoomer Pokemon. Alright, clean him out, Dragonite. Drop a Draco. Alright, we're gonna change decks, I think, but we'll throw this one up real quick for people that want to stake a copy of it. This one was in my meta roundup from 2 weeks ago, I think. This is easily the best Dragonite deck I've played. The Misty backup plan and the 400 hit point Pokemon feel real clean. B. Berlin on the YouTube side says, I entered my first TCG Pocket Tournament on Sunday, and I placed 3rd/4th with the Starmie EX Greninja deck that you made. I want to say thanks for the kind. So I want to make it clear that I just post decks. We don't make anything. Everybody owns all of it. Unless I own everything. Maybe I own everything, and my lawyers should reach out to you. Either way, congrats on your tournament success. I think that deck's a ton of fun and reasonably powerful. How can you follow tournament results? I do a weekly meta report on the Pokemon Pocket YouTube channel. That one is from last Monday. My editor is putting together all the wonderful charts and graphs for this week's report now. The blue square is cosmetic, so extra flares when they come into play. All right. What do we want to do next? So many things I want to play. Maybe we should not leave the deck view. I want to put this one up real quick. All right. So I have lovingly named this deck 5 Sandslashes in a Trench Coat, because the basic idea here is relatively straightforward. You like Onyx, Sandslash, and even Marowak EX are all kind of deal 70s for 2, which is what Sandslash does. So let's queue up and deal 70 to some people, huh? What's your current time split between different TCGs? Are you still snapping? Yeah, we actually did mostly snap last week on stream because they had Twitch drops going on. But in general, when there's not something crazy, we'll be splitting my time on stream about 50-50 snap and pocket is the plan. The Starmie Greninja build that I'd highlighted plays the Starmie and Greninja lines, then 1 Kanga, 1 Farfetch'd. Detox, thank you for the 11 months, appreciate it. Cubo's actually the one we want to start on the least. There's only a singleton one of him. Ideally, this deck wants to run 1 non-EX into 1 non-EX into maybe the Marowak to finish. Those are the basic Pokemon I wanted for Christmas, gamers. Oh my gosh, are we still bricked on basics? How did drops do last week for viewer count? The first 3 days of drops were really strong. We did almost all Marvel Snap for a reason. Alright, Onyx, time to do your thing, bud. Onyx's 110 HP breakpoint is noteworthy here because it means that it does not die to full bench Pikachu with the Giovanni. Like to crush some land. For a Sandslash for next turn. It's unfortunate that we're through both our researches. Vibe on the Sabrina for now. I think I'm supposed to potion so they can't top deck a basic and then clear me with Pikachu. This doesn't feel great, but I think it's a necessary heal. Retreat 4 is rough. Why is it rough, chat? Just don't retreat. You think my Onix is a coward? Why do you want my Onix to retreat, chat? It's not a coward like you. Onix is here to brawl. Ugh, double potion is really unfortunate. Cowards can't block warriors, chat. Ain't that the truth? I'm gonna Giovanni here because it means Sandshrew's Scratch with second Giovanni can clear the Zapdos next turn if I brick on the Sand Slash. I also just have like infinite supporters in my hand that I'm not gonna get through them here, so hedging this is fine, I think. Feels like Onix is barely playable. I actually disagree with that. I think Onix is pretty underplayed. I think these Sand Slash Onix cores are pretty solid. Is Marowak EX viable? Yeah, it's very reasonable. A little bit of variance, but solid card all around. Alright, well, thanks to weakness, we're still clearing the Pikachu here. Yeah, get that scratch in. I think I saw this episode of the anime. Two Sand Slash, 8 cards. I have to retreat so I don't die to... X speed. Sabrina X speed. Can't do anything about it. Unfortunate that they have the combination of 2 cards that beat us when we can't find our Singleton Sand Slash. GG. Was it a good game? Was it a good game? You know, it's just like I always say, we need to teach the kids to shake hands after their little league game and teach them to be good winners and good losers. Even when third base pops up and knocks the runner's legs out from underneath them because they flipped tails on their coin flip. It was an objectively good game, and it doesn't matter if they won or lost. Ninetales secondary, and the Charizard deck is interesting. Pikaverse? Do you like this version of Onix more than the Kabutops list? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Kabutops in general. Mewtwo is really popular, and probably the better deck in the format right now. I think it's hard to play a card like Kabutops when that's the case. You have any care to mess around in the no EX queue? No, I don't think playing in the Blaine queue sounds very interesting. I think I'm having plenty of fun exploring different things in regular... I think the people who think they're out of ideas to explore in regular Pokemon Pocket are boring and need to work on building better decks. I think there's a ton of stuff to figure out still with just EXs. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the no EX queue has less variety than the regular format once it got solved. I have like a list of half a dozen regular decks I'm trying to figure out and play still. I ain't got time to play made up user created formats. Is there really a no EX queue? There's a way you can queue with passwords that the community have put together a password that you could wait a couple of minutes in the queue and find someone. Because there's enough people interested in it, but I just don't think made-up formats are enjoyable for me personally. I'd rather optimize. The base format would have to be really stale for me to want to play a user-created format. Is my TLDR. I'm glad other people are having fun with it, but it is not for me. Where am I attaching my second energy to is the big question. Or my energy this turn. I think it's Onix hoping to draw my Brock next turn. It's Fire in the Drum Rock, I believe. Would you ever challenge yourself with a terrible, unplayable card? Again, stuff like that that's just like very clearly bad. Maybe once I have a time to get through all the ideas that I think might be good. But there's so many cards in this game that feel underexplored that might be good. I feel like I'm not going to have time to get to the ones that are pretty clearly unplayable before we get a new set to drop. I think we're probably torched in the literal sense this game. Charizard's revved up and ready to go. I think I needed to hit on a Brock this turn to have a shot. I missed on it, unfortunately. Yeah, I needed to clear. If I cleared this, my Sabrina's off the top could have maybe gotten us into a serviceable spot. Yeah, when I want to play terrible decks, I'll take $10 from a subscriber to play a viewer deck. Alright, I want to give this one some more chances when we get back. I'm going to tap some ads in the meantime, though. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 120 seconds. Switch viewers. YouTube folks, I'm going to press the add button for YouTube, but I don't have any control over what it gives you or how long it is. So enjoy whatever this is. Ever consider making a deck building guide for Pokemon Pocket? Nope. Teaching people how to fish is not what people consuming content on YouTube want to see. It is a lot of work to put stuff like that together, and it typically has very poor performance. Jet Slayer, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. I think saying Haunter and Jigglypuff are going to shake things up is probably an overstatement. The Jigglypuff promo is likely very playable and probably an upgrade from the existing Jigglypuff. But the Haunter reads as worse than regular Haunter, if we're being honest. No honesty here, only Jeff grossly overhyping new cards. Yeah, exactly. Cue the Curb Your Enthusiasm track. Foldu, you are someone who believed in stealing music. Sling Digger, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. About 1,000 people on the Twitch side already this morning. How many we got on YouTube? 300's not bad for the YouTube side. How do you calculate whether a deck wants X speed or more copies of Sabruder Dramati? I think most decks want X speed. I think this deck not playing X speed is the exception, not the rule, and I think there's a chance it's still wrong. But Onyx having a retreat cost of 4 is a big part of why this deck doesn't play X speed. Alberto, thank you for the 19 months. Thanks for the 24 months, Adam. Play X speed in Koga decks. Depends on the deck. One of the determining factors about whether or not you want to play at X speed is how many Pokemon does your deck have that you really don't want to lead on. So like this deck, for example, I'm not playing X speed because I'm pretty happy to lead on Onyx or Sandshrew, and even leading on Cubone can be fine under a lot of circumstances. X-Speed's big strength is in decks like, say, Venusaur or Charizard, where you never want to lead on your basic Bulbasaur or Charmander. You want to start on something else. And X-Speed lets you have an energy-free way to shuffle who you started on. So that way, you don't have the wrong thing up to begin with. My Sabrina-ing. Sabrina-ing. Yeah, I think so. Take it back out. Hey, Turf Doctor, thank you for the 39 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Slash. If Slowking ends up being a remotely serviceable card, I think Slowbro is pretty reasonable. Like, I think those are some of the cards I'm most excited to see come out. Like Slowking, Crobat. The ones that like complete extra evolutions towards the Kanto ones. But it's got a lot of Psychic Lines. You know, if you wanted to submit the deck you've been working out in the Discord, I'd be happy to play that today. I don't know that I'm going to take viewer decks in general, but that one's looked reasonable. Well, I only need one more energy here, and this gives me flexibility to attack with this if we find a Sandslash, so... Crack you for 70, I suppose. Shame we don't have either of our two Geomodis here. As someone who's unfamiliar with Pokemon deck building, is there a ratio of supporters to Pokemon that is ideal? So, it's not so much that you want an explicit ratio of Pokemon to supporters, so much as you want a minimum number of... What's the word I'm searching for? You want a minimum number of Pokemon lines in your deck. And then you fill in how many traders you play after you fill in those lines. So in general, you want 2 primary Pokemon lines and then a 5th and possibly 6 just basic, like Kangaskhan or Farfetch, then you fill in the traders past that. If they don't have Acrylia here, our Sabrina is lethal with the Onyx. You think Clefable is a better choice for Mewtwo decks than like Kangaskhan? Why not both? I posted a highlight with a deck I titled Mewtwo 100. That was Mewtwo plus Clefable plus Kangaskhan that I think is a solid way to play that card slash archetype. Just not any Gardevoir ramp up cheese. Just good frontliners that give you time to build up Mewtwo organically. Hey, Advance, your email is in my inbox, and my weekend was slaughtered, and Drops was last week. I will send you a note back today. Thank you for the tier 1. Yeah, I think I am excited to see how trading's going to be implemented in this game. Something I did a lot regularly of in Marvel Snap was like economy analysis and breakdowns, and I've kind of avoided doing one for Pokemon Pocket so far because the dynamic trading ads is going to make it very different. So once trading drops in January, running numbers on like the expected cost and analysis to get particular cards and decks is definitely something I'm interested in doing. We are going first. I'm going to lead Onyx, I think, here. All right, I want running Brox, please, deck. You two having first energy advantage is a big deal. Their deck is much better when they get to play an energy on the first turn of the game. Yeah, that's another question that we kind of need to see answered too, is how will promo cards like Mankey and Lapras EX be handled long term? Kira said. I think I'm potioning to play around X speed plus Giovanni. Thank you for the biddies, Rhino. I do not expect trading to magically make getting every card free to play possible and easy. I do hope trading will make it so you can mitigate the variance of low rolling a bunch of copies of the exact same EX instead of getting a spread of them. It's my hope. I need to draw Brock here real bad. I think the lack of Brock means we're dead. I needed Brock this turn so I could attach an energy back here while also putting up damage. And without Brock, I'll put it having first energy advantage on Gardevoir and curves just too much to overcome. How do you feel about Raichu and Surge? The most successful and popular variation of EX Pikachu is playing Raichu and Surge. They're a very solid finisher for that deck. They could time limit trading to some type of currency. They also notably said you will not be able to trade every card. So some expectation that maybe trading won't be enabled for the latest set. I would be incredibly surprised if trading had some kind of variance attached to it. I think that's a very silly assumption. We gotta Brock this game. Still not super excited to be going first against the Mewtwo deck. Your deck is much stronger with first energy advantage. Giovanni is pretty key in this matchup, because if they don't have potion, Giovanni lets us crack them down in 2. Our lack of X speeds makes Sabrina a very large tempo hit. If they don't have a potion, we might have a shot here. So the hope here is we put up Onyx, they knock it out, we top deck Sand Slash, we use Giovanni with the Sand Slash to clear the Mewtwo. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should Giovanni this turn, so that way if I top deck Research, I can Research into the Sand Slash is probably what I'm supposed to do here. Small mistake on my part here. Done it anyways. Alright, we're gonna get to go second in one of these games, I swear. Pokemon does use Wonder Trade in a lot of their games. Can you give me an example of what a Wonder Trade is in a different game? I haven't played a mainline Pokemon game in a while. And trading Pokemon Go is probably the last Pokemon game I played a bunch of. I don't think there's anything that I would describe as Wonder Trading in that game. It's a random trade. Blind random trades. Why would anybody do that though? Do people actually put decent things in there? Like from a game theory perspective, I'm struggling to understand why you would want to engage with a system like that. I guess people are just gambling addicts. Is that the line? I feel like depending on the kindness of strangers works less good to TCG than it does in others. Are there any non-mainline Pokemon games that do Wonder Trading like that? Can anybody give me an example of like a Pokemon Go or another non-VGC thing that does that? Because neither of the other Pokemon digital card game clients did that, right? Misty, T Flip Tails Concede. A tried and true Pokemon Pocket story. Hey, Seven Nation. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Thanks to the people that checked out the Into the AM promo this morning. A couple of people placed some sizable purchases. I got an email telling me my code's now generated over 17,000 USD in sales there. Wonderful stuff. Speaking of wonderful stuff, what I haven't shown a ton yet today, but is noteworthy in addition to the Into the AM having their holiday end of the year sale right now, the wonderful folks that make my office chair that you'll often see me leaning back in the OC6, and my standing desk and my bike chair that you'll see me pedaling in. They're having one of their end of year sales. If you're looking to pick up some ergonomic office equipment, be sure to check out FlexiSpot. They're another one I've worked with for a long time now. They make great stuff. Or Onyx in my deck. Definitely sliding Cubone out. I don't know which of these two I'm playing out yet. It'll depend on if I draw another Sandslash or a couple of Brocks here, I think. I would be incredibly disappointed if they tied trading currency to pack points. I think that's probably not going to happen. Pack points are already rare and difficult to get. I think it would be a huge miss if they were at all related to how trading works. I would expect if there's going to be some type of currency associated with trading, it'll be something newly implemented. We'll add currency 847 to the client. So that's our first knockout point, but noteworthy, the opponent's deck finishes on an EX, so like, if we knock out Bulbasaur or we knock out Lilligant, it doesn't really progress us meaningfully towards what we're looking to do. We're hoping to see a Sabrina here to force the second Bulbasaur up. What are your thoughts on the ongoing fire event? I feel like I'm so bad at making non-gameplay content like that that's not like economy related, because like, what thoughts are there to give on the ongoing fire event? Can someone tell me what type of thoughts other people are having? Because it seems like really straightforward, and I don't know that I fully comprehend why, what there is to say about it. I mean, like, I think it's neat that they essentially put most of the Blaine deck in a way that's more accessible to get it. Like, that's cool. I guess I do have a thought on it. We talked about that in the Discord server. I think it shows the flexibility and range of ways they're going to give out cards in this game, that they essentially are giving out a deck via that event. I think that's a neat mechanic. And stuff like that makes me think, okay, there's potentially going to be good ways and avenues to get cards. Or like, let's say they think a card is important for metagame accessibility, they'll just put it in a Wonder Pick event and make it more accessible that way. Alright, I think I'm gonna throw this deck in the trash can, Chip. Does not seem very good. Either that or our variance was very bad. Maybe a little bit of both. Probably a little bit of both. Poor Brock. I, for one, can't believe that the YouTube video telling me Onyx was actually quite good was not true. I'm shocked. I am shocked, I tell you. Is the Blaine deck even good? It's fine. It's actually one of the things that's interesting is I'm pretty sure the Blaine deck's matchup tables into Mewtwo are better than its matchups into Pikachu. It does not have a great Pikachu matchup. Big blue dork, yeah. Ooh, a Poliwrath deck, I've seen like 0 of these. Yeah, that's because our stage 2 dies in one shot to Mewtwo EX. Unfortunate reality of my blue boy. You have an X speed. Okay. %50 to be a Froakie. Sometimes lucky rubber ducky. So I deal 20, they switch up Mewtwo, they crack me for 50, I put a second energy on. So we're gonna get to Mega Punch territory here. It's just unclear if we're gonna be able to stack enough damage up on the Mewtwo EX for that to matter. Hey Wraith, hope you enjoy. Ooh, they put energy on the other Mewtwo. Do they top deck X speed, or are they just like letting routes take hits here? Oh, that's sad. I had my Frogadier and Greninja lined up. JK! Red card's the best joke in Pokemon Pocket. Can't believe people play that trash chat. Red card, best card, yep. Retreating baby routes. Think it's deal damage back here. And then... do I have time to build this up? Then we're gonna clear this. I'll put an energy here. I don't have time to build this up. I put one on here for now. And then next turn, Water Shuriken plus counterattack clears this. But I think we're just gonna be in the reason why Poliwrath is not playable state, which is just getting one shot by Mewtwo EX. I just don't have any lights from here, right? We're just dead. I only have one knockout point. It does trigger when it gets knocked out. And fun fact, you can actually draw games in this with retaliation damage like that, knocking out both people simultaneously. It's rare, but it can happen. Is it crazy to open on the Poliwag and then like curve into Poliwhirl for 40? It's kind of a champ adjacent where you can curve right on out, right? I guess into lightning weakness we're probably just torched either way, yeah? This local man about to flip 4 heads on Misty. Rats. Trying to manifest some destiny there. Jeff is glad people are having fun playing Pocket in different ways. He has way too many decks to explore in the regular format still to think about playing fan-made formats. I think that covers my thoughts on the no EX mode people keep asking about well. I evolved this, we would still die. If you want a hot take on no EX in general, I would bet dollars that format, there's a chance that format's even less varied than the regular format once the nerds optimize the fun out of it. Well, that one might be a blistering hot take, but I'd wager that that's the case if I was a gambling man. Yo, thank you for the 57 months. But in Drawing Pocket, it doesn't feel like any deck has no shot to something else. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's any matchups where you're like 0% to the loading screen if your deck's close to reasonable. Thanks, Mather. Appreciate the 18. Only ever needs 2 energy on it, so there's no reason to start attaching too far in advance. And then we're gonna have average water deck into Pikachu problems here, where our Lapras gets cleared in one shot by Pikachu EX. Oh! Yeah, I suppose that's a real problem with a fan-made queue, is there's no rules enforcement of what people are queuing up with. So you can just queue with EX Pokemon in the no EX code that the community has. Ah, gamers, what absolute mistakes they were. Alright, so far, our Poliwrath deck might be unplayable against both Mewtwo and Pikachu, which probably doesn't bode well for its potential success. Let's go ahead, and I need to roll some ads. I think I'm gonna hop on my bike here too and get some pedaling in before it's lunchtime. We'll see you in 120 seconds to play some more of this. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Last night was squats for my lifting program, chat, so my legs are a little bit sore. Whoa, I still need to do the cardio, though. Oh, gamers! I didn't show this on screen yet. I got a new toy. Yeah. I got the OnePlus open. We're no longer trapped with my Samsung piece of crap. After my amazing... Unironically, I dropped my Samsung Z Fold 4 in the mail this morning to send it out to a Samsung repair center because they bricked the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on it with their last software update. And if it's a hardware issue and not a software issue, it will be both the most expensive phone I've ever owned and the shortest lived one. I've had it for barely 2 years. And for people who aren't familiar with me, I have a lot of tech experience. So like I tried to fix it myself, including setting up the ability to flash it from my PC. But Samsung, in their infinite wisdom, has their freaking flashing tool hard locked so you can't flash old firmware. So I couldn't even flash the pre-November software to it to roll back to determine if it was a software issue, because their official bootloader tool just goes version number smaller than existing won't flash. Mather Mage, thank you for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Outlaw Racer, thank you for the 24 years. Like It Is, thank you for the 51 months. 3 Deuce, thank you for the 29 months. I'm super happy to be back with OnePlus again. For reference, my house has a OnePlus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Pro, and I think Christy has the 11 now. We missed 1 or 2 in there at the end because I bought the Z Fold a couple of years ago because I wanted a foldable, but I love OnePlus's hardware. I was a little skeptical of getting a first gen foldable from someone, but the Z Fold was having issues and I really didn't want to buy another Samsung. I've only had this one since Saturday, so I don't have any developed opinions of it after using it for a bunch, but early impressions are good. Mr. City, thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back. To go on a little tech rant, the front screen on it is great. The front screen on the Z Fold 4 was super narrow and slim and awkward to use. This is like as wide as a regular phone, which is great. And the hinge visibility on the screen in the middle is way less visible than the older Z Fold 4 had. I've not used the Z Fold 5 or 6 to have a comparison to the newer Samsungs. After experiencing Samsung's awful software stack, I was pretty dead set on never buying their hardware again. What buys you to the foldable in particular? I can put Pokemon Pocket or Marvel Snap on one side of the screen and Discord or Twitter when I was using that or whatever else I wanted to scroll on the other side of the screen. Or I could play Pokemon Pocket and Marvel Snap simultaneously while I wait for my opponents to rope in both. Alright, let's try some more Poliwrath here, huh? That's the real Galaxy Brain. The reviews on the Google foldable, the Pixel foldable, were not good. Lot of mixed bag on that. And I knew I liked OnePlus hardware, so. Look at this nice full bench chat. Okay, so we have the type advantage in this matchup, and assuredly this is the one match where my Poliwrath survives more than one hit, right? Charizard attacks for less than 150, yeah? Anybody remember how much a Charizard attacks for? It's less than 150, right? And it's for 149. Perfect. Cranky Banks, thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Someone asked, do you have a referral link? I kind of want one of the OnePlus now. So unironically, after I got my OnePlus and I set it up on Saturday, I put in an application for their affiliate program because I was like, I bet this is going to be good. We'll end up selling some of them. So unironically, I'll hopefully have an affiliate link for them later this week. Their stuff is consistently good. Like I said, my wife and I have used them for forever. Before I got the Samsung Z Fold foldable, my wife and I had just been alternating getting the new OnePluses every year. So like she had the odd numbered ones and I had the even numbered ones. And then we're always people that like buy our devices outright. I don't buy them or rent them from the carrier. So like my children don't have SIM chips in them, but like each of my boys and my daughter have our old OnePlus devices that are years old at this point that still work great. One of the OnePluses didn't get passed out. It took a tumble off. It took a 2-story fall that it did not survive. But aside from the 2-story fall, they've been very good long-term devices. But honestly, after using the Samsung Z Fold 4, I kind of understand why Android in general gets the bad rap it does. Because Samsung is one of the most popular Android hardware makers, and I would never buy one of their products ever again. The Z Fold 4 is my first and my last. I've talked about it before, but my Z Fold 4, and now mind you, I paid $2,200 for the Z Fold 4 when I bought it. It would regularly install shit like Raid Shadow Legends on my phone when it did system updates. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Raid Shadow Legends and other games like that. I played a bunch of them in the past. But 0% chance a piece of hardware I paid $2,000 for should be auto-installing any sort of third-party applications like that. And obviously, you could forcibly remove some of those after they installed them, but there was also a bunch of Samsung bloatware on. We're just dead here again. We're gonna see if we can get one or two more games. This deck's probably going to the trash can too. You could uninstall like the Raid Shadow Legends and other games like that, but my Samsung literally had a folder in it I titled malware that was all Samsung bloatware that you literally didn't have the option to uninstall from the device. I just bought a OnePlus Open that came out last year. The reviews on it were still good a year later. And it was on sale. It was very cheap for a foldable. I got it for 1,200 USD. Which is almost half of what I paid for the Z Fold 4. So still not remotely cheap, but cheaper than what I had paid previously. Average Misty experience, yep. I haven't talked about the Marvel Snap series drops a lot yet on stream. I've just been linking people the video. But I would just like to say it's an incredibly big tone-deaf miss on Second Dinner's part that they really needed a good series drops and announcement to close out the year strong, and they actually gave us the worst one of the year. They did make their announcement today. If you want to see which cards they announced are dropping series and get my reaction to the lack thereof, videos up on the YouTube side. My whole family had Z Folds and 4 of them had screen issues within a year. I didn't have any actual hardware issues with my Z Fold. The hardware was fine 2 years in. Wholly and entirely would not go back because of the software. Oh, people asking for the official announcement. In true Second Dinner fashion, the announcement got posted early in the client for a bunch of people and then promptly got taken down. So I posted my video because the information was made public. But I think the official announcement technically isn't up anymore. But it was up temporarily. Oh my god! Even regular Charizard kills Poliwrath in one. Oh no! I mean, I found our boy Blue. He just doesn't matter. This poor guy. Oh, Booga Punch! Kuchu! Lapras is 0 pressure. It's pretty little pressure, yeah. It's technically more consistent than what's her name, Kenga, but still pretty scuffed. Don't worry, Poliwrath, we'll get him for 20 on the backswing. This is a viewer deck, so I was loosely interested in playing it, but I'm gonna do decks that I want to play after this. Wow! Alright, I want to give this one more shot. And then we'll kick along to something else I'd like to do. Will the series drop be happening close to the Pocket Mini set? So we don't have an official date on the Pocket Mini set yet. But I would assume that they'll be close. The Marvel Snap series drops are December 10th. Char seems like a bad matchup. Mewtwo seems like a bad matchup. Pikachu's super effective into all of our cards. It's probably good against Wheezing Arbok. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably accurate. I'd actually rather research here. Dig for Froakie and our stage 1 on this. Yeah, red card while we're bricked real hard would not be great for our hero. Misty can't flip tails if we don't play her. That's true, you know. Ooh, she heard you talking smack, chat. She heard you talking smack. Pump it up the jam, bump it up, do 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 do, pump up the jam, bump it up, do 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 do. Velius, thank you for the 20 buds. Thanks for. I agree. My optimism for Snap is kind of, in terms of economy direction, is low after these series drops. They could have thrown us a bone, and instead they very much did not do that. Okay, so even if they retreat this Articuno EX here, we're gonna have double Greninja set up to chase them down, yeah? This is cracking them for 90. Is there a reason why Lapras is templated this way rather than having 2 attacks? That's honestly a good question. I don't know. Honey. Yugapa, honey bunch. You know Greninja murders you. It's got a miss slash. And it ain't gonna last. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I think, and I don't know, maybe this would qualify as a hot take on the Snap front, but I actually think Second Dinner would have been better served to not drop anything and just wait and do a bigger drop in January or February next year, rather than being like, here's a crumb, we'll do more later. They should have just waited and done the more later. The optics would have been better. Yeah, I agree. They could also have just done more now. I agree with that. That would have been ideal. Ideal would have been dropping 20 cards now. But We're gonna flip 3 heads with Misty and win the game on the spot, yeah? Unlucky. I think with the attaching for 1, we just start building a Poliwag. They ended Series 5 to 3 drops on a schedule for good reason. When the cards predictably drop down to Series 3 effectively being free after a timetable, it means it's optimal for free-to-play players to always wait to get cards, which kills people's desire to get cards when they release. It very cleanly and easily lets people optimize the fun out of the game, and that overall is a good change. The lack of drops in general is not a good change, but removing the predictability is a fine and good thing. Thanks for the entire year, Chocolate Rain. Let's get you a sub, or a mod sword with your sub. Thanks for the sport. Looking for stage 1s, looking for stage 1s. Holy, they do exist. Oh, you know, I technically should have Pokeballed before that, huh? Thin the deck out of Scotch. We didn't draw a basic, but we could have, and that would have been embarrassing. Pump up the jam, bump it up. Do 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 do. We found our playable matchup, chat. Water Miratches we have a shot in. What is the stage 1? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, barring a potion, we actually have the knockout on Articuno EX next turn. Yeah, with the frog? No potion. No potion's probably the end of the game. Yeah, with them having nothing else set up. Unironically, I think running 2 stage 2s is fine. It's just generally you probably want the other one to be better than Poliwrath. We've showcased both Dragonite Greninja and Victory Bell Greninja on the YouTube side in the past. I think both of those decks are pretty solid. Poliwrath's total payoff is just kind of not great compared to the inherent risk stage 2s have. I have to say, I was watching some other content over the weekend. I really enjoy your pocket layout. Another stream I was watching even went on a mini rant about how great their layout was while not showing how many points their opponent had. Yeah. I'm actually really surprised that other cut-up layouts haven't proliferated through the Pocket community. In Marvel Snap, before we got a PC client, it was very common for people to like try and use the screen space better like we do here. I agree, it's a tough watch in a lot of places where they have like their Pocket up and it's like a third of their screen or less. Be real, they haven't even like set it up to be as square as possible. It feels like the barest minimum is like, this is my not cut. It's not quite half my screen, but it's more than a third of it if you like take the time to make it square with your setup. Like this is at least somewhat serviceable. But when we cut and stretch it a little bit, we get the actual gameplay to be over half the real estate. Makes it way easier to get to see the actual game battlefield. The Greninja promo drops with a event on Friday. How do you choose your Pokemon in the logo? Squirtle's the best Kanto starter. Nidoqueen was a card I was enjoying playing in Pocket Week 1, who's obviously bad now, and then Alolan Sandshrew is my #1 favorite Pokemon of all time. Well, I know you've been here a long time, CO, but I know a timeout request when I see one. Anybody else want to fight me about the best Kanto starter? I promise you I'll win in this setting. Is it a Alolan Sandshrew or a Zoomer Pokemon? It is, but it gets a pass because it's attached to a non-Zoomer character. It's like a real Pokemon that took a summer holiday. Ooh, I have both my stage 2s. Assuredly, this is enough to beat the Pikachu deck, right? I have both my stage 2s. Says local man about to be red carded. Usual delusional. Thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. All right, Lapras, we would like to appreciate you for taking one for the team here. Our boys in blue are set up in the back and they are ready to move forward with the plan. Payback! Thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. You still play AFK Journey? Nah, they started whale hunting way too hard. I bounced out. As someone who's both an endgame Raid Shadow Legends and endgame Genshin Impact player, AFK Journey is the hardest I feel like I've ever been whale hunted. Everybody has a plan till I get punched in the mouth by a Poliwrath, chat. Whale hunting. Yeah, but there's degrees of it, okay? As someone who's been harpooned by many an Ahab, there are degrees of hunting. What does whale hunted mean? It means trying to get you to open your wallet to an absurd degree. Let me give you context. To max a character in AFK Journey on release, it was 4 digits. Thousands of USD. That's some Genshin money right there. Yeah, but I'm pretty forgiving of Genshin's cost to max a character because Genshin's not a PvP game. The difference between having my character C0 and C6 in Genshin is not my ability to compete. Oh, we beat the Pikachu, chat! Deck's busted. Clearly cracked. Please disregard all the games we lost before this one. All right. I feel like this deck has earned the ability to play a couple more games here, yeah? I feel like our deck has earned the ability to play a couple more games. Let's tap it and roll. I need to sit here and pedal on my cardio. We'll throw the Blue Man Group up here on the screen. Please don't try this at home. I promise you I'm a trained professional. Thanks for hanging out, Doko. It's got a 100% win rate in the games I've watched. Sounds correct. Stick with that in your mind's eye. Finally got my into the order in. Thanks, Jet. Hope you enjoy your shirts. Are you gonna make a Twitter post about this deck being 30 or not? Unironically, I thought about unparking my Twitter so I could complain to Samsung, which I may or may not still do depending on what the results of me sending in the Z Fold to get Service Star. What's the reasoning for Lapras instead of non-EX Articuno? Lapras actually attacks, for one. What happened to my phone? Samsung bricked the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on my Z Fold 4 with the software update. And then they have their bootloader hard locked, so I couldn't flash the older firmware back to roll it back myself. So I had to pay $100 and mail it out. I also just bought myself a new phone because I've been tired of Samsung's bad software for a little bit now. So if they fix it and I get it back, I'm going to give it to one of my children / keep it as a backup. Will not ever buy Samsung hardware ever again. I bought the OnePlus Open because I do like the foldable form factor. The reviews on the Pixel Fold were not kind. Poliwrath has earned some flares. Has he? Has he earned some flares? I don't know if that's the case. He's a 3-star, right? That cost me a lot of dust. Politoed's actually one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. So hopefully he's playable at some point. Yeah, 360. I don't know that I want to spend 1,000 dust on a card that's unplayable. Otherwise, I would meme it, but 1,000 dust is not a negligible amount. Marlins, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. What cycling machine do you use? They are also one of my sponsors. FlexiSpot has sales going on right now for their fitness, desk, all sorts of equipment. Oh my gosh. The YouTube character limit is shorter than the Twitch character limit, so I can't copy and paste Twitch commands into it cleanly. It's really annoying. The One Og, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. If you click it under fitness stuff, I think they have two of them up there. Ew. One more ad cycle here, 40 more minutes of pedaling, and I think it'll be lunchtime. I think the Arcanine matchup is not nearly as hopeless as the Charizard one, because Arcanine takes 2 hits to knock out her thing. Copium. I don't know that I want to put second Lapras out. I might want second Greninja on the bench. Double Lapras seems like a missed opportunity to either draw more with Meowth or retreat easier with Tauros. Well, Tauros has the same retreat cost as Lapras, so that's objectively incorrect. And Meowth is not a good Pokemon pocket card in my opinion. Anytime you think you want Meowth, I think you're better off just playing Kangaskhan or Farfetch'd. You'd rather have more HP or more damage. There's enough red card in the format that people are going to take away your extra draws. And in general, just having more HP will do more for you on Kangaskhan. I have not watched season 2 of Arcane yet. I finally started Agatha all along, though. Like 3 episodes into that. I don't have a ton of dedicated TV watching time for myself. Most of the TV I watch is my wife and I watching something together, and we are currently watching, what did we start? Grimm on Amazon. You know, back when TV shows had 24 episodes in a season. Didn't take 12 years between seasons to release. They were a lot more formulaic and low budget. Yeah, but I like that. I just want to sit down and binge something. I also think there's a lot of shows in the Netflix era of 6 to 8 episodes in a season that actually aren't that markedly high quality than some of the old 24 episode seasons. Listen, chat, I'm a millennial who grew up on the CW, okay? I've watched more episodes of Supernatural and Smallville and Gilmore Girls than I care to admit, okay? Supernatural is art, truly. Seconded. Oh, I wish I had a Poliwrath, said someone for the first time in Pokemon Pocket history. If I hit the Poliwrath, do I retreat to it? I might. I think I do, Gibbers. Punished for not believing. I'm gonna throw that out just in case of Sabrina. So we're good then, yeah? Counter attack hits here? Oh man, look at this. Look at this incredible variance swing for our deck, chat. We're actually winning games with Poliwrath? It's incredible. Alright, I guess I'll start writing these down. I don't need our deck to be the best deck in the format, Chad. I just need to be able to play games with it and not feel embarrassed, okay? I'm not greedy. I'm not asking for a lot. I just want to not feel embarrassed, okay? Speaking of Supernatural, that show's rated like TV 14, right? I've been waiting to watch through it again. I don't think I watched all the later seasons when it finally ended, but I kind of want to wait for my boys to be old enough to watch it with me. They're 9 and 10, so we probably got a couple of years at least. It's not the one we want to start on unless we hit on Misty. Got me a Froakie Gamers. They're more than old enough because Sam and Dean were only 6. Something like that. We got to retreat here because of Sandslash. And we'll just hope to hit heads on Misty next turn. Shout out to Red Guard for smoothing our draw out here, yep. That was not the Frogadaire I wanted for Christmas. We need 1 heads here to have a shot. Average Misty gameplay. I think it's Froakie up front, and we expect Poliwrath to solo at the end. Are we about to win this game, chat? No way, right? If they don't have another basic next turn, we're done here. Even if they do, they need second basic plus Sandslash, and that other basic needs to get up to a point where it can deal 70 damage, right? Okay, there's the Onix. Do they have the Sandslash? They don't have the Sandslash. I would have played this last turn. Am I supposed to play it out? They haven't played any Sabrina yet. Well, so the problem is, if I crack them and they Brock the Onyx, I lose if I don't play the Frog, right? They can't Brock and Sabrina. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. They can't Brock and Sabrina. Yeah. So this is definitely right, because they can't Brock and Sabrina. Wow, this is not a winning line for them. Holy, because now I get to retreat this back, evolve it to Frogadair, and they can't Sabrina and Giovanni in the same turn, and I crack them for 80, and then they get hit back for 20, and then we have Greninja ready to go here too. I think we got him. I'm glad we stuck with this deck. We've had some solid games. Lyra had a small Froakie assist there at the end, but yeah. Otherwise, pretty solid run overall. No, you don't get drops on Marvel Snap for watching Pokemon Pocket. We'll be streaming Snap this afternoon. Another hour or so. But no, you need to be watching someone stream Marvel Snap, so you can click on over to the Snap category for that. Are you liking this game better than Snap? I think they're both good. Blistering take. Enjoying 2 card games simultaneously. Unheard of. Energy on Lapras so we can Misty it next turn. Trailblazing, truly a pioneer. Pocket is a way more traditional card game than Marvel Snap. It has aspects like tempo in it that aren't applicable inside of Marvel Snap's gameplay. Frogadair? Oh, they didn't put the energy on the Zapdos. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna put second energy on the Lapras here. So that way if Misty hits a single heads next turn, it clears the Electrode in one. Oh, they're simply pivoting to the Pikachu. Okay. Them pivoting to Pikachu makes going out of the Lapras less appealing. Although I suppose, is there a world where I continue to build the Lapras up here and then Greninja's Water Shuriken lets it clear the Pikachu in one with the 4th energy? I think this is actually the line the way this game is lined up so far, right? Like they move Pikachu up, they clear this in one, and then Lapras gets a 4th energy and we clear this in one. I guess if they have like a Giovanni, they could get us. Because this only do 90 with the weakness. And then we're set up to do 110 again next turn. All right. Lapras Gaming gamers? We missed on both our Misty Heads that game too, yeah? Does EX Wiggly Hypnodug Trio sound like a strong control deck? I mean, it sounds like a deck where if you flip a bunch of coins, you'll win. There was actually a Wiggly EX Doug Trio deck in the meta roundup that I just clicked upload on the YouTube channel, so it'll be processed in about 15 minutes probably. We'll be able to publish that over there. Looking for our weekly meta report. And almost 4,500 deck lists to break down this week. We're going second. We'll lead Lapras. Do deck links exist in this game? I mean, there's websites you could post decks on, but there's no importing or exporting of decks in the client, no. Hello, opponent! You think they timed out? Usually that means they timed out, yeah? I'll just put something up. We'll see if they're also running it down still here. Sweet, we get to play a game. What's the best deck to play Greninja in your opinion? Greninja Starmie is probably the most proven Greninja deck. However, there's a Greninja Mewtwo deck that's going up in the meta report today that I think is really, really interesting looking. We're going to play some of that probably after this. It'll just be a Greninja morning. Yeah, Pokemon Pocket 100% should have the ability to import and export decks. It doesn't matter how big the decks are. You're right, it's less annoying that they don't have deck codes because they're smaller, but it's still very annoying. I think the funniest thing to me about the weekly meta reports I've been doing is how constantly there's just so many comments from people confused that Starmie EX isn't crushing every tournament out there. Because in their skewed view of this in-client queue, they only remember the Misty high rolls and think the deck is unbeatable. With the Poliwrath and Greninja on curve here, I think we've actually got a shot here, yeah? I get to crack them for 20. I get to crack them for 20. And then Poliwrath is 80, and Greninja's another 20, and then the retaliation clears it, and then maybe the Greninja could clean up the route to the back? The Mewtwo and the Poliwrath trade here if my opponent doesn't have a potion. Even if they do have a potion, the Greninja ability cleans it up after the fact. I kinda need a Misty Heads next turn, so I can attack with the Greninja into whatever they put up. If we hit a Misty Heads, I think we're in a pretty good spot. But I need to both draw it and hit with it. Now I'm gonna need a Sabrina. I guess they don't have Gardevoir yet, is noteworthy. That's an interesting thought. Am I supposed to put the Froakie up and tag it with the Froakie? Maybe? If I put the Froakie up and tag it, and then they brick Gardevoir / second potion, I could use the Greninja to clear the thing in the back. Alright, they top deck the Gardevoir, so I think we're dead. Sabrina is still... Sabrina keeps us in it, yeah? Sabrina means we get to clear one of these back ones. This already has damage on it. Unlucky. Yeah, it's the game, unfortunately, right? Very, very close game. If we'd have hit our energy acceleration, we would have been able to win this. But they had theirs and we didn't find ours. Right, our meta report for the week is up for Pocket. On the YouTube side. Does this deck have Sabrina? It might not, actually. That's funny. Actually, don't remember offhand. I need a deck tracker because my brain is bad. Misty is energy acceleration. Yes, the only energy acceleration that exists in water. With the Misty draw, I put the energy on Poliwhirls. That way, if I flip one hedge, we can attack with Poliwrath next turn. Poliwrath does match up really well into Diglett Dugtrio, yeah. Gosh, imagine if my opponent was playing, like, an extra basic instead of this red card. They'd probably be in a pretty good spot instead of, you know, where they are now. I mean, there's two ways to view this draw from the opponent. One, they're a little bit unlucky, but two, they've made explicit deck building choices that allows them to be unlucky. A lot of the way people fit things like red cards into their deck building is by not playing enough other resources. You are playing Pinsir in a grass deck in a role like Kenga. I think you don't understand Kenga's role if you think a 90 hit point Pokemon that attacks for 2 energy can fill that spot. Kenga is good because it survives 90 point attacks from Pikachu EX and Starmie EX, and it only requires a 1 energy investment if you want to apply pressure. But Andy, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Appreciate that. Welcome back. By the way, to the wonderful folks like Banani that subscribe to support my stuff, something I haven't done in a long time, but I'm doing this month is I've got a subscriber/supporter survey link posted in the general channel of the Discord server. that only supporters have access to. So if you're someone that sends me $1 dues every month, I'd love some feedback from you. It takes like, let's say like 4 or 5 questions that are multiple choice with an optional short response of which content you enjoy from me, Pocket versus Stat versus other stuff. As well as things that add value to your support, like the weekly deck roundups and stuff. It's always a somewhat biased sample because not everybody will join a Discord server to get it, but Twitch took away my ability to email subscribers a decade ago and never gave it back. Does Poliwrath counter get around Dugtrio's special ability? During your opponent's next turn. Yeah, I would assume the counter gets around it because the counter happens on their turn. My assumption is that counter attack would still smack this Dugtrio upside the head. Counter isn't during my turn, it's during their turn. Doesn't matter if our opponent's lucky, Poliwrath and Greninja have their number. Oh, wait, does it stop Greninja when it's in the active slot? It might stop Greninja. Is this worded? No, only attacks. No, Greninja gets it too. Yeah, so they're still actually just dead to Greninja even if they flip heads here. Thirsty Pratt, thank you for the 21 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Wow, this is rude. All that maneuvering and still flip tails that is just dead. Good night. Good night. All right, we had a fun set with this, all things considered. Some bumpy starts at the beginning. We got plenty of wins there at the end. I'm gonna throw the deck list up on screen for anybody that would like to net deck it. We're gonna run 2 minutes worth of ads here on the Twitch side while I finish out my cycling for the morning. And then we're gonna play a different deck when we return. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. Be sure to check out the meta report up on the YouTube channel now. One of the best pieces of info to find off meta decks and developments on meta decks in Pocket week to week. Oh my goodness, they're probably not still here, but there was a subscriber asked earlier that if I'm not streaming on YouTube anymore. When I'm doing Pocket YouTube streams, they're just on the Pocket channel now. So I'm fully siloing the content on the YouTube side. Oh, you know what? I was gonna cycle for the whole 2 minutes, but I think I need to run and fill my water bottle actually. BRB. Maybe we'll do one more set cycling. It's only been about an hour. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Contigo button press straw water bottles. I am approximately 4 years old and enjoy a good straw in my drinking device. Would anybody be upset if we played a different Misty Lapras deck? I kinda wanna play some games with Blastoise. I hit a third 2-star Blastoise over the weekend and flared one of them. That's why I have the flares of the Laprases too, because I was playing a bit of this. My lovely boy Blue. Eats turtle time! Thanks for the 16 months, Chester. Welcome back. Does it make sense to hoard hourglasses for future sets if you're finished with the current set? Sure. For a babby turtle. Itty bitty baby turtle. Another Kanga. It's not precisely the droid we were looking for. I mean, collector's tokens that come out of the caches are kind of that pity system, Papo. Collector's tokens are designed to be. Yeah, so take a mulligan here. Opponent. We had a bad draw to put it on a red card. Give him 15 XP to bugger off. How many people have complete sets already? People who are spending money have complete sets, and people who have been playing since the soft launch in New Zealand are probably right around having a full set. Zentoth, sorry you're having a tough week. Glad I could be some help. I think we generally open Kanga over Lapras. Not a Misty in hand, especially. In general, I don't really enjoy discussing possible changes to the Marvel Snap economy on stream because most of the changes people suggest boil down to please give me more stuff for free, which I don't think that in and of itself solves any of the problems that Marvel Snap actually has in terms of the economy. Can I tell which of my two Blastoise has the flare on it while looking at it in my hand? I can't, right? These look identical? Is there an indicator on my screen somewhere? Big sad whale noises. The obvious solution, I just need to wail harder so I can have the flare on both of them. Oh, come on, mama. Yes, you need a flare for each copy. So I have one flare unlocked for this. I need to get a fourth copy to unlock the other. Speaking of give me more stuff for free, people, everybody chiming in about how Pocket should let you flare every copy of the card with just one copy. No, chat, this is their monetization. It's how they intend to make money. They're going to make money off of people needing lots of copies of things, and that's okay. It's okay to monetize the cosmetics. We used up all of our heads on the Misty Flip Givers. This is freaking rude. Their deck empty yet? Almost. Alright, assuredly this flips 3 heads again, yes? Cool. We at least made their potion not worth it. Is potioning the Meowth there the equivalent to V-boating? It's close, honestly. Opponent unfortunate with their routes positioning though. Took them forever to find their basics. If we could find a Mewtwo or a War Turtle next turn to get to Blastoise, we actually have a pretty decent shot here, I think. We need to land a hit for 30 so that Hydro Pump can clear. That's the first time I've seen that happen. I wonder if we'll be able to get back in. LD Pocket Crash on LD player. So I'd like to resume. Usually say red card is a bad card, but I see it in tournaments as the best performing Mewtwo E-decks ever. I think if everybody's registering the card in the best deck, it's gonna end up doing well. I think the idea that the card is good because all the decks are playing it is very silly. LD players saw the opponent's hand size and noped out. Yeah, basically. Do they have second potion? If they don't have second potion, we can win this game, but a lot of these Mewtwo decks play 2 potions. We need no second potion, and then we need to draw War Turtle next turn. Because if they don't have second potion, we draw War Turtle. We go 4th energy on Lapras, knock this out. War Turtle evolve. And then the Blastoise will be set up in time to clear the last point here. I would like to set the tone that we're just gonna ban people when their defense for something that I say is, but some guy on Reddit did analysis. Your talking point is bad and you should feel bad for bringing it up in my chat. Please don't do it again. That's fine. We didn't draw War Turtle here anyways. Thoughts on Seeking, Kangaskhan, God and Blastoise? I think Seeking is 4 cards and Lapras is 1 card. So I'd rather have 1 card for Lapras so I could have... No, that wasn't sarcasm. There's someone posting a bunch of stats on Reddit that are just like some of the most nonsense roundups I've ever seen. Like, for reference, they did a data-driven tier list that put Starmie decks that have like a 2% play rate above Mewtwo decks that have like a 30% play rate. Just like some of the most data doesn't lie, but liars love data type stuff you'll ever see in your life. Data is worthless without skilled analysis to properly interpret what you are seeing. Reddit is very upset in general about the existence of Starmie, yes. I'm gonna go ahead and use the X speed to swap these out right away here because makes red card a bit worse against us. People love to play that on turn 1. What's Reddit's issue with Starmie? I think it punched their child or something. Misty. I think this is attack with Kangaskhan game, but may or may not be the case. That War Turtle Insight is kind of tough. My least favorite deck to play against and why? The Misty Articuno deck. The whole game's made or break based on whether or not Misty hits. It's not the War Turtle I wanted for Christmas. This matchup is one of the reasons why there's 2 potions in this deck. Because Potion lets Kangaskhan and Lapras survive 2 hits from Mewtwo. One of the questions people often ask is, Jeff, how do I know if I'm supposed to play Potion in my deck? And one of the things is thinking about your key breakpoints in different matchups that are popular. So, like, does Potion buy me an extra turn on my Pokemon into things I expect to play into? If yes, then probably consider playing Potion. Which extra wallet would you recommend? I've got a few of them here. I personally am a fan of just the regular card holder one without the extra on it, because I don't really need anything else other than my few cards at the top. But if you need a little bit more space, the flap on the other one is pretty nice. It lets you hold like 4 or 5 extra cards. They're all pretty solid stuff though. Been carrying mine for almost a year. Where do you put your coins? Who carries coins in 2024? In your piggy bank because you're a child. Yes. Actual answer. What if you wanted to buy a lollipop? Honestly, that's a fair point. Maybe I should have tempoed Sabrina this last turn. We're BSing with chat. I think I should have tempoed Sabrina. Infinity, thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. Have you had any contact with the Pocket developers? I have not. I chat occasionally with the Pokemon influencer manager. And he, like, passes stuff along and feedback that I have on occasion, but I don't have any idea if it actually has any impact. It just gives me someone to talk to that makes me feel like I'm having an impact. Could be all placebo. Infinity, thank you for the 22 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I never know if I'm supposed to put Sabrina in a deck or how many. Generally speaking, one Sabrina at least is pretty good. It's a card that gets you out of a lot of sticky situations and can buy you time. When in doubt, at least one. pretty rare that I'll play. It's pretty rare that I'll play Zero Sabrina, and often when I do decide to register Zero, I regret it after the fact. What, Toitle? My Toitle, chat. My Toitle is here. I have big regrets putting this energy on Kangaskhan. Yeah, the Arcanine EXX is a good example of I just wasn't sure if I had space for it or where to put it. Oh, maybe should have played the Squirtle out to play around the red card. Two Blastoise, 6 cards and a dream. Just for not playing the Squirtle out, chat. Should I be able to see energy on the bench Pokemon? You can see energy on the bench Pokemon, yes. I had no idea there was a Pokemon Influence Manager. Yeah, every large company has an Influencer Manager. Very typical in. We're going first. You hate to see it. Yes, the Pokemon Meta review is up on YouTube now. Like one of your finest X speeds, please, deck. Rip. Think we're leaving. Get our friends evolved. Energy looks clipped off the bottom of the screen. I'm pretty sure you can see it just fine. Maybe check your Twitch app if you're having a problem. But we'll see energy here on the War Turtle in just a second. Couple 2-4. You can see him right there, cleanly across the bottom of your screen. My boy Blue, ready to start blasting. My Twitch on iPhone does that sometimes. Weird. Oh, you gotta manually toggle the aspect ratio. That's funky. All right, we've queued up into a lightning deck chat. Thankfully, Misty and Lapras are about to go to work. Ooh, they are a Jolteon gamer, you're right. Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking decks like this are actually kind of tough to record content with because I really don't want to put a game like that last one that I just showcased, that we just had happen, into a deck highlight because it doesn't feel like it's worth having people watch. Like, you know, the games we win with Misty. So when the showcase happens, we'll put like maybe one of those in if we have something worth showcasing, and the rest of it will be ones where Misty mostly bricks so the games are closer and have more maneuvering around. Far-fetched Pikachu. Alright, I'm gonna take a mulligan. Both because our draw is bad and because I'm not gonna post a video against Far-fetched Pikachu anyways. Yeah, I really don't like that Misty exists in this game. It feels like she ruins a lot of water designs for the sake of one card being high rolling. Buckles, thanks for the 10 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Ooh, this is a Blastoise mirror match. I think if Misty didn't exist, some of the larger water costs would be cheaper. Yeah, probably. I think a lot of the water cards are hamstrung by Misty simply existing in the game. What if you think if Misty was nerfed to flip 3 coins total? I think it's freaking comical that a gamer could ask me with a straight face if I think flipping 3 coins with Misty guaranteed is a nerf. Even if you changed Misty to flip only 2 coins, it's still a significantly more powerful card than it is now. It's a mess. 2 coins is a massive buff. 3 coins is a ridiculous buff. Statistics? Never heard of them. Yeah, I actually think that would be the most elegant fix for Misty that makes her a pretty reasonable card. I think she should probably just be non-EX Pokemon if they don't want to put a list of specific Pokemon on her, like we have for something like, say, like Brock. It would mean she could still work with things like Blastoise EX, but she wouldn't work with things like Articuno and Lapras EX, which are where the high rolls are especially powerful. Yeah, alternatively, making her only attached to evolutions could also be good. I think some type of restriction like that with her current design would be a much better space. Boy Blue here, ready and rearing to go. I'm gonna be honest, gamers, I've said this before, but I think it bears repeating. I don't expect them to ever change the text on cards in this game unless something is incredibly unbalanced. Until proven otherwise, my expectations are gonna treat this game very similar to Paper Pokemon TCG, where they're gonna balance via power creep and new cards being released. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love for them to show up and do real balance passes, but that is, I think expecting that until they show us that's something they're willing to do is asking to be said. Blastoise's Hydro Bazooka here does 100 at the base. It kicks up to 160 if you have 5 energy, obviously, but we can get up here and clear out this Articuno nicely. Yeah, I agree, Polycrester. That's my one maybe piece of hope is it feels like this game has a lot of Marvel Snap inspired things in it, and one of the things Marvel Snap does is regular balance passes. I wouldn't tell you there's a 0% chance, but I just wouldn't hold my breath in the short term. We should be done here, yeah. Maybe like a Stray Sabrina could be bad for us, but we can potion here, so we're full. We crack this down, and then we have Hydro Bazooka big and ready to go here. They have 0 knockout points, so should be good either way. The full RDX cards are gorgeous, 100%. We have not played the Melmetal deck for my video now. That one's pretty low on my priority list. If I'm being honest, I expect it's probably bad. The Hoaglandia version of clickbait is putting Melmetal on a thumbnail, despite the deck probably being bad because it had one result. Finest baby Tortles, please. Lovely baby Tortle. I saw the blue hearts on this as a flare option, chat, and I was like, that's my Squirtle right there. Alright, Kenga, end this Staryu's whole career for me, will you? Alright, I guess we'll play a game. Thoughts on Flareon, Beedrill, Kenga? I would be very surprised if Beedrill's a playable card. I think Flareon's a pretty good... I think Flareon might be towards the top of the list of underplayed, underrespected cards in the game. But Beedrill is almost assuredly not good. There's my boy Blue. If they don't have a Giovanni, we should have plenty of time to get set up here. If they do have a Giovanni for this, we'll still be okay-ish, I think. So that's 2 energy attack. Mama throwing hands. You love to see it. BFM, thank you for the brand new Prime support. That bit of direct support is a big part of why this is able to be my job. Thanks for keeping me around. Here's the Giovanni. Do I just put up Blastoise? He has a 2 energy attack, yeah. That kind of makes him unique among the Kanto starters, and that the EX has a 2 energy attack. This is another one of those cards. I wanted to work on the text. I think Blastoise is better than his play rate implies. Thank you for being the clear best content creator of the Pocket community. I appreciate the compliment. Work very hard at what I do. I definitely think, obviously it's deeply subjective, but I think with my editor working hard to complement the analysis I do, the YouTube side of my channel is easily the highest quality produced YouTube stuff in the Pokemon Pocket space. A lot of other Pocket content on YouTube is very bare bones. Yeah, I'll be snapping in a little while. We're going to be back to playing both games every single day on stream. I will be off Thursday this week for the holiday in the US, but I'll be live today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday this week is my plan. Is the Pocket content profitable? It's not losing me money. Low bar. I think I'm gonna lead Lapras with the Misty here, actually. Maybe we get a scam. I haven't finished the Dynarin Marvel Snap, but I got King Atiri over the weekend, so we're gonna start with him today. I'm on the full 400 hit point Pokemon in this deck. Two Kanga, 2 Lapras, and the Blastoise line. The relationship that I have with my Pokemon Pocket editor on YouTube is I pay them half of what the channels they edit for make, with a guaranteed minimum of $50 per video. And the Pocket channel is like right on the cusp of like me being able to pay them more than the minimum with the 50-50 split. I do not intend to play Marvel Rivals. I really did not enjoy the gameplay of that game. I might try Bazaar at some point, but not till they release on mobile, I don't think. Yeah, that's rude. Ugh. Guess I'm putting an energy on here and attacking them. Gonna make you knock me out. All right. Energy, X speed. Clear the Zeb Striker. Is there a reason to potion early? Not really. We died a Raichu Surge here. And that Warp Torch at this point. We're not going to be able to overcome that with just Kango. Yeah, they threw away a fourth energy they didn't have to. Or just so far ahead, it doesn't matter. Alright, gamers, you want more Pocket content from me? Please check out the meta report on the Pokemon Pocket channel. Hoaglandia Pocket on the YouTube side. I'm going to be kicking over to Marvel Snap for the remainder of the afternoon. It's the last day of Twitch drops for them. If you're a Marvel Snap fan, we also had series drops news come across this morning. I have a review of that on the Hoaglandia Snap YouTube channel. If you're watching the live stream on the YouTube side and you want to watch some Marvel Snap, I'm going to switch over to the Jeff Hoagland channel for the live stream there. And then obviously Twitch will continue here as well. So thanks for watching the Pocket stuff. We'll be back with more Pocket Live tomorrow morning on both Twitch and YouTube side.